What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Show. Today we're looking at the Mattel Masters in the Universe Origins Wave 9 figures. So in this wave, we have He-Man and Skeletor from the 2002 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series. So those look pretty cool. That's the series I grew up watching, so having figures from that is cool. But in the Origins design, from She-Ra, we have Mantenna, a part of the Evil Horde. So cool to get another villain to go along with the Horde. And finally, from Sunman, we have Pighead. So we did Sunman in the last wave, and now we have the villain of Pighead. So really cool to have that as well. So all four of these look really cool. Of course, with He-Man and Skeletor, we've seen those two characters before, just in different looks is the only thing for them, but it's cool to get Mantenna and Pighead to fill out more of those teams they belong to, but cool wave overall. So let me go get them out of the packaging and we'll take a look at them together. So we're going to start with He-Man from the 2000 series. So again, this was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, released in 2002 as a Cartoon Network series retelling the MOTU story, but it was mostly created to tie in with a brand new toy line based off the originals. And again, as I mentioned in the opening, this was the series I watched as a kid, so that's how I really got introduced to He-Man. And overall, this has the look so it's supposed to be He-Man, obviously, but he has more of the design from the series, but it looks like the figure and body and stuff is almost exactly the same as the older He-Man figures, so like from the 80s series. But just like the others, this tells the story of 16-year-old Prince Adam that has summoned the Castle Grayskull by the sorcerers to become Eternia's defender, He-Man. And overall, looks pretty good. Like I said, pretty much the only difference is the outfit, and he does have the head with the like shorter haircut, which the He-Man had, still longer but shorter than the classic design, but the face looks nothing like he did in that show, so that's the kind of weird thing about this. But it still has, like I said, the design from the show, so it still has this basic like chest harness and stuff going around to the back with the holder, and then still has the fur underwear, but with the belt design again that he had in the show with the silver belt, silver bracers, and then the furry boots just like the other He-Mans, but again in the Origins design, so it's going to have the same body as all the other characters. But for his movements, the head twists all the way around, click down that far and up that far, so not the best in the neck there. The shoulders can come up to 90, rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist twist around and flex back and forth, twist around at the waist all the way around there. The hips can come up some and out to the side. We get the single knee joint that bends back to 90 and has the rotation with the shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So as usual, we'll pretty much see those exact same movements with all the characters today, but overall it looks decent. Like I said, with looking at the harness and the underwear and stuff, you can definitely tell it's from that 2000 series, but if this was just sitting on a shelf, I would just think it's a weird He-Man because, you know, the face and stuff doesn't look enough like that version for it to really stand out. But one thing that's really cool is he does come with all his different weapons. So first we have the Sword of Power, so that looks really cool, and again with design with all the like hilt piece that has all these pieces sticking off, and I used to have an action figure just like this, so it had a weapon and stuff, so it's reminiscing very much like that. So that looks pretty cool with all silver, and even love all like the mechanics and stuff running through it, so that looks awesome. So let's go and put this in his hand. So there's the sword there, and then of course also comes with the shield, and I always love the shield design with the orangish color in there, so again looks much like that old one. So let's put this on his hand. So there he's got the shield and sword now, and then he also comes with an axe, so we get this giant axe which has a really cool design as well to it. So again with all the mechanics and stuff running through it, looks awesome. So we can stick this just in his back, so we'll just store it back in there so it can hang off the back. So there we've got his three weapons now, which looks really cool, and again with those weapons and stuff, it does make it look much more like the 2000 series, but he just looks so cool there. Like, just wish they had a different head, like I said, to make it stand out more. But then we have the classic He-Man we can look at, so just see the comparison between the classic design stuff with the newer designs in the 2000s, so just a little bit different there, but just whichever version you preference. But like I said, definitely for me the 2000s, because that's what I grew up with and loved the designs they did for the characters, so I like having this a lot. And then we also have Skeletor from the series, which was the former warlord known as Keldor that was trained in black magic by Hordak, and when he was damaged during a fight with Randor, he went to Hordak to save his life, and Hordak ended up transforming his face into a skull and named him Skeletor. Overall, you know, looks relatively same, not much different than like normal Skeletor from the 80s series, but it's supposed to be that 2000, which again to me doesn't really look that good, like especially the head, because obviously it still has the same skeleton head and the like sharp fang teeth and stuff like that Skeletor had, but just like the head covering like down in the front looks a little bit weird. I don't remember, but I love the like point there on the back of the hood and stuff, so it looks cool. Still has pretty much the same chest harness as the original Skeletor, and I'll show you that figure, but it just looks like color wise and stuff definitely much more like that 2000s with like the red on it, and especially down here at his waist with the like little head there on the belt, and then all the little pieces hanging down and stuff looks pretty cool in that dark purple, and I love the like light blue skin color with the dark purple, nice contrast in there as well, all the way down to the shin guards that have the red jewels on top of them as well. And again, with that 2000s design there all the way to the feet. So definitely looks really cool. Definitely a mixture of the two to give it that 2000s design, but definitely based more off the original design that will show you. But overall, it still looks relatively decent. Just the head's the only thing weird. But movement's going to be pretty much the same as He-Man. So twist around, look down that far and up that far. Shoulders up to 90 and rotate around. We get the single elbow joint that bends, which on this one's real stiff, but to 90 there, and has the rotation. And the wrist can twist around, flex back and forth. We get the twist at the waist all the way around. The hips can come up a little and out to the side. The single knee joint back to 90 with the rotation, as well as rotation at the top of the boot. And then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So same movements once again. But for his accessories, we get the sort of extreme weapons again. So first we get his power sword. So it looks pretty cool there with the nice metallic purple. Looks really cool with like the ram head design or whatever it is in there with the horns and stuff. Looks really cool. So let's go and put this into his hand. So there's that sword there. And then like all the others, he has the Havoc staff again in that same purple design there, the metallic purple, which looks really cool. So let's put this in his other hand. So there he has the Havoc staff as well. So looks pretty cool there with both of those weapons to fight now against He-Man. And just to show you the comparison with the 80s Skeletor, here's that figure as well. So you can see the differences and changes. Again, pretty much does the same chest harness and stuff, just repainted on this. And then the same sort of feet and other body design stuff. Just the minor changes to make it look like the 2000s version. And next up we have Mantenna, which is an insectoid creature of the evil horde with 4 legs and pop-out antenna-like eyes that serves as a spy for Hordak with eyes that can see over long distances, as well as shoot out stun beams, freeze rays, and gravity distortion beams. So he looks pretty cool. Definitely a weird creature with the 4 legs to and stuff. I'm sure it's hard to get him to stand up. 4 legs, 2 arms, and then a big old head, which again is supposed to be an insect creature of some sort. I would assume like a spider, but who knows what it's supposed to be like exactly. But it has like these fins on the side of his head and his big weird looking head with like a mouth in there and 2 fangs on the side, and then his bulging bloodshot eyes. And what's cool with this, with the effects, is that we have this little button on the back you can press on and it raises his eyes up. It's kind of weird how this eye raises first and then the other one goes with it, but they can raise up there. So he has the antenna like eyes, as I said, so how he got his name of Mantenna. So that is pretty cool. Then we have his chest plate with the Hordak like bat logo in there, so that looks pretty cool with that on the chest, all red chest. I love like orange and then the red all around it. And he's got the darker skin color, so it looks like a really dark blue color, both a black all around the chest and yellow going down into the underwear, and then again the dark blue on the leg into the shin sections where he's got black with the Hordak logo into the dark blue feet. And I love the spikes or fins or whatever there on the side of the legs and the arms as well. So definitely a unique looking character and stuff we've not seen before yet. So definitely really cool to have it. But we'll do his movements. So head can twist around. Yeah, it can twist all the way around and rock back and forth a little. Shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around. We get these single elbow joint that bends to 90 with rotation. Wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Twist around at the waist and twist all the way around. And then we get the hips. So it's going to be pretty much the same. Can rock back and forth and out to the side. Have the single knee joint back to 90 with the rotation. A shin twist there just right above the leg. It's hard to get it there, so twist around, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So it's really hard with all the legs to get him to stand up properly. I guess you could probably straighten his leg. I just know we had him sort of crouched down because it kind of looked a little bit cooler that way, but I'm sure we can stretch his legs out and kind of stand him up like normal. There I got him standing up a little bit taller now, so his legs aren't as crouched down as they were, but still looks pretty cool. An interesting design with the 4 legs and the big creepy head with the antenna-like eyes, which is crazy, but still a cool looking character overall. And for accessories, all it comes with is the crossbow. So the crossbow we've seen multiple times with the Hordak characters and stuff. So let's go and clamp this on his arm. So there's Mantenna with the crossbow there. Of course, we can pop the little thing and it pops out there. So pretty cool to have Mantenna, but of course it's a member of the Evil Horde. So we have Hordak here as well to go along with it. So again, building out more of those members of the Evil Horde, which is really cool. And Mantenna is definitely an interesting looking character and creature design and stuff, and pretty cool to have it in a figure. And our final character of this wave is Pighead, which was the former banished prince that was transformed into a half-man, half-pig that wants to steal the power of the sun. And so he's the villain for Sunman, so Sunman's main villain. So if Sunman's He-Man, he would be the Skeletor to him. And overall looks pretty cool. So we got Sunman in the last wave, so cool to get Pighead now in this wave for them to go together. And overall looks pretty interesting with the color design and stuff. So we have this like light yellowish green sort of skin color. I feel it would glow in the dark. I don't think it does, but I feel color-wise realize it would, but there's a look at its pig-like face. So got the weird yellow eyes with the red dots and the red in the nose and tongue and stuff there, with the tusk coming out of the sides in different angles and everything. So that's crazy. Then we have the helmet. So it's more of like a tealish color. It's got like a blue-green sort of color. So we have the helmet with the horns sticking up top there in the pink. So that's cool. And then same in the body section there. So that teal color with the nice strap going around with the spikes and stuff on it. That's cool. Into the belt. And then it's got the green down the arms and the legs. You can see it's like underwear design, has like a scaling to it and stuff, but then brown at the top with red on each side. The pinkish color for the gauntlets and the top of the fur. And then teal for the gloves and the boots there as well. So pretty interesting design. Very bright and colorful character, but cool to have a villain at least to go with Sunman now. But for his movements, head can twist all the way around, look down that far and up that far. So decent movements, shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist can twist all the way around and flex back and forth. Then we get the twist around at the waist, so twist all the way around. Hips can come up a little and out to the side. We get the single knee joint back to 90 with the rotation, and the shin twist at the top of the boot with the foot that flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So as usual, the same movement, so nothing new to look at there, but just like I said, an interesting design for a character at least. Now accessory wise, for his main weapon comes with this mace, so this cool mace again in that teal color there. So we have the ball on the end, or the flail I guess you'd say, so that looks pretty cool. So let's go and put this in his hand. So there's that mace, and then he also comes with a shield, a bright colorful shield with the teal color in the center and the pink all around it. So let's put this in his other hand. So there's Pighead with the shield as well, so definitely a bright and colorful character for this, and again perfect to go along with Sunman here. So now we can have the face off of Sunman and Pighead there, so pretty cool to have that now to go along with Sunman, and just with the colors and stuff makes me really like this. So a pretty cool figure for this. Well, that's going to be it for our Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 9 figures, where we had the 2000 series He-Man and Skeletor, as well as Mantenna from She-Ra and Pighead from Sunman. So all four of these figures look pretty cool. Like I said, it's kind of disappointing getting He-Man and Skeletor since we've had so many versions of them, but it's cool getting them finally in like the 2000s version. And then I really like Mantenna. He's definitely unique. And then the colors of Pighead really makes me like him. So very good wave of figures, I would say, overall. But let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.